Good evening, students. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Python video lesson number 20. In previous lesson, that is Python video lesson number 19, we studied about enumeration in list. So now we are going to study about new concept that is called as tuple. Very beginning, we studied data types. Under sequence, three types are there: string, list, and tuple. Out of these three, we studied string and then list. Now we are going to study about tuple. So tuple is a collection of elements of different data types enclosed within parentheses. As usual, first we will see the definition for tuple and then we go for the program. Tuple. Collections of elements enclosed within parentheses. Within parentheses. Next point, tuple is immutable. So already we studied about mutable and immutable. String is also immutable. Tuple is also immutable, whereas list is mutable. One thing I like to inform you what is the difference between mutable and immutable. If one data type is mutable, once you created, in addition to that, you can able to add or delete individual values available in that sequence. For example, list is a one sequence. It is mutable. That means after creating list with list of values, if it is needed, we can add one element at the end of the list by using append. Similarly, we can add more than one element using extend. You can insert one element at middle or wherever you want with the help of index function. As usual, we can delete individual element or modify individual element in list. Whereas in string as well as tuple, it is not possible. Since both are string as well as tuple, both are immutable. That means individual element cannot be modified or updated or deleted. You cannot be able to modify or delete it, individual elements. Whereas list, it is possible. Next one, just like list as well as string, elements of tuple act as by positive or negative integer. Positive or negative index. So tuple is a collection of elements enclosed within parentheses. Tuple is immutable, which means individual elements cannot be modified or deleted. Elements can be accessed by positive or negative index. Then we will study how we can create a one created tuple. First we will see syntax, then we go program. There are so many formats are there to create a tuple. First one is tuple variable equal to open parenthesis close parenthesis, that's all. It creates a empty tuple. It creates a empty tuple. Next is syntax. Tuple variable equal to within parentheses E1, comma, E2, comma, E3, so on up to, comma, En. Likewise, we have to create. Stat1 tuple variable equal to, directly we can put without parentheses En. Both are same. Either you can put all the element within parentheses or without parentheses. Even though we gave here without parentheses, elements will be stored in tuple variable with parentheses only. Here also with parentheses, here also with parentheses. Either you are giving with parentheses or without parentheses, that's not a problem. Elements will be stored in tuple variable with parentheses only. Then, if you are having one more list already, tuple variable equal to tuple. Within parentheses, we can have one list or any other sequence. The sequence may be string, list, or another tuple. The sequence may be list, string, or another tuple. Fourth one, tuple variable equal to within parentheses E1, comma. This is here we are having only one element. It is also possible to create tuple with single element, but the condition is if you are using to create a tuple with a single element, the single element should be attached with comma. This comma is needed. For example, if the comma is removed here, just consider if it is considered as integer variable or string or float, whatever value available in E1. If V1 is 10, it is not a tuple variable, it will be considered as an integer variable. If E1 is considered as string, it will be considered as string variable, just like that. So tuple variable equal to E1, comma. So if you want to give single element into the tuple, the single element should be followed by comma. If one tuple contains, it is called singleton tuple. So singleton tuple is a tuple with single element. That's all. If one tuple contains only one element, then it is called singleton element. Single element, then it is called singleton tuple. Okay. So now I will see one program. With the help of program, we can understand how we can create one tuple by using different syntax. First, we'll see tuple 1 equal to open parenthesis, close parenthesis. That's all. It is empty tuple. Next one is tuple 2 equal to, within parenthesis, we can have some values 10, 30, 10, whatever value. Different types of values you can have. It may be a string, int, float. tuple 3. Same thing we can put it 10, 20, 30, without parenthesis. Then tuple equal to tuple 4 equal to with the help of tuple function within square bracket. So elements enclosed within square bracket that should be considered as a list. With list tuple 5, tuple 10, that is singleton tuple. We will see here whatever value I want, like just give here tuple 6. Just assume I am giving one name as a tuple 6. Here I am not to the no noted tuple. Here within bracket I put just 10. That's all. It is not tuple. It is not tuple. So tuple 6 is not a tuple. It will be considered as an integer variable since 10 is an integer value. Now we will print all the values tuple 1. Similarly, we can copy and paste 6. The tuple 6 is not a tuple variable. Remaining thing, everything is a tuple variable. We'll save the program and then I can run the program. See it here. All elements are enclosed within parenthesis. First one is tuple 1, that is empty list, empty tuple, sorry. Next one is we are giving tuple 2 elements within parenthesis, that's tuple 2. Even though tuple 3 is assigned with list of elements without parenthesis, it will create parenthesis here. So even though you are giving without parenthesis here, tuple 3 is created with parenthesis and enclosed all the elements. Tuple 4 contains one list that also created with the help of tuple function. This 10 is a singleton tuple. It contains only one element. Whereas tuple 6 is not a tuple. Tuple 6 is not a tuple. Since we are, even though one element is there, it is not followed by comma. So single element followed by comma within parenthesis should be considered as tuple. Single element not followed by comma is considered as integer variable or single variable. It may be integer variable, it may be string variable. String elements are placed here, it may be a string variable. Since if you are having doubt, we can print type of tuple 5. So tuple 5 is a tuple type. Whereas tuple 6 is a integer type. It should be integer. We'll check it up. See here, tuple 5 is tuple type variable. Tuple 6, it's not a tuple data type, it is a integer data type. Since we are having integer values not followed by comma. This tuple 5 is a singleton tuple. It contains only one element followed by comma. That is the usage of how we can create tuples. Next, we will see how we can modify as well as update tuple or delete. Already we studied it is not possible to modify single element, whereas it is possible to change all the elements available in the tuple. That we are going to study it now. Update and delete tuple. Modify one item and delete one item. Not possible in tuple. In tuple, it is not possible to modify or delete single item. Second one, reassign. Reassign whole tuple is possible, just like string. Third one, it is possible joining two tuple is possible. So modify or delete single item not possible. Reassign whole tuple is possible. Joining two or more than two tuple is also possible. Now we will see. Directly we can go for one program. With the help of program, you can easily understand. So consider we need two tuple. Tuple 1 equal to, where I make some of the values 10, 30, 20. Tuple 2 equal to, again some of the values. I want to join these two tuple. So tuple 3 equal to tuple 1 plus tuple 2. It is possible. Joins tuple 1 and tuple 2. Now we will see tuple 1 and then tuple 2, tuple 3. See here tuple 1, tuple 2, but tuple 3 contains both elements available in the all the elements available in the both tuple 1 as well as tuple 2. Now I like to delete one element available in tuple 3. For example, I want to delete this 10. We'll have some. Now tuple 3 contains 10, 30, 20, single quotes k, single quotes Selva. Now I like to delete single element, that is 0th elements of tuple. Normally we are using del tuple 3 of 0. We will see what will happen. So it will show some error because it is not possible. See error, tuple object does not support item deletion. So it is not possible to delete single item available in tuple. That should be removed. So it shows error. Deleting element in tuple not possible. Then we can check it up. Tuple 3 of 0. Instead of 10, I like to assign 100. So it also gives error. See here, tuple object does not support item assignment. So this should be removed. But reassign the whole tuple if possible. Tuple 3 equal to, I'm going to assign a new values 100, 200, 300. It is possible. It is possible. In this case, already we are having one tuple 3. That tuple 3 will be deleted. Then new tuple 3 will be created. In this new tuple 3, 3 values will be stored. That is the usage. Now we will see tuple 3. Now tuple 3 contains 100, 200, 300. See it here. So deleting a one tuple is also possible. Del tuple 3. It is possible. Then we can try out to display the elements available in table 3. So this line gives error. So tuple 3 is already deleted. So deleting or modifying single element or individual element available in tuple not possible. Whereas deleting the whole tuple, that possible. Here tuple 3 will be deleted. Here new tuple 3 is created. Here also we are creating 3 new tuples. So here this statement shows error. You will see. See it here, name tuple is not defined. Here we are creating new tuple with element 100, 200, 300. We are displaying the values. We are deleting the tuple 3. And then we try to display the element of that tuple 3 that it gives error. This statement should be ignored. Now we will see. So that is the usage of how we can delete one tuple as well as creating a new tuple by joining two tuples. We will see one more example to clearly explain how we can join or how we can add new element indirectly to the tuple. So already we studied it is not possible to adding element into the already existing tuple. But one more way is that we will see. Here I like to create one program extract only positive numbers from a list of numbers. So our aim is we are having one list of numbers. From the list of numbers, I want to extract only positive numbers and to store into another tuple. That is our aim. So first we should have one tuple. That tuple should contain positive as well as negative numbers. So this is the one tuple. it contains positive as well as negative. So out of these negative numbers only -10, -20, -30. These three numbers should be extracted and should be stored into another tubule. That tubule should be considered as positive tubule. Now we can have, this is a empty tubule. This is empty tubule. Okay. Now from this tubule, I want to check it up each and every value. It is either positive or negative. If it is positive, that value should be appended into positive tubule. If not, no need to worry, it will get left in. So that's also simple for I in num tube. For I in num tube, first I will be assigned with 10. If I is greater than 0, that means if it is greater than 0, it is considered as positive. Here, positive tube, this 10 should be appended to positive 10. Here, I like to type one thing. Normally, we can use this value, but it gives error. We will see. That's all. Now, I like to print. So it will give error. I will explain you why it gives error. See, it gives error. That is positive tubule plus equal to I can only concatenate tubule, not integer value. Once again, I would like to read it. Type error can only concatenate tubule, not int to the tubule. That means you cannot concatenate, append or join integer values into the existing tubule. But you can concatenate tubule into tubule. You can concatenate tubule into tubule, but you cannot concatenate integer into tubule. We will see here, this line should be skipped. Instead of this line, plus equal to, we have to put within bracket I comma, within bracket I comma. Now I explain you here, singleton tubule. Here also left hand side also one tubule, right hand side also one tubule. In this case, this I is a integer variable. That's all. So it is not possible to concatenate integer variable into the existing tubule. Whereas here plus equal to is used to concatenate one tubule available in right hand side into the left hand side. Already positive tubule does not have any element. Now I contains 10. 10 is greater than 0, condition true. Here 10, this is one tubule. The elements available in this tubule will be appended into end of the positive tubule. That means 10 will be appended into positive tubule, that's all. Again, I will be assigned to -10. -10 greater than 0, condition false. This statement will not execute. Again, 20 will come here. I will be assigned with 20. 20 greater than 0, condition true. Now positive tubule contains one element, that is 10. This is also a one tubule. This I contains, I is assigned with 20. This tubule will be appended at the end of the positive tubule. So now positive tubule contains 10, 20. Similarly, it goes 30. Okay. Now I will save the program and then begin the program. See here 10, 20, 30. Positive numbers alone extracted from the num tubule and stored into positive tubule. So once again, I like to inform you, in tubule, it is not possible to append single element. Whereas it is possible to append one tubule, entire one tubule into another tubule. Here we are using singleton tubule. It is not a more than one element, it is only one element. Singleton is a tubule which contains only one element. Okay, that is the usage. Next we will see tuple assignment. Tuple assignment. So tuple assignment syntax is between parentheses element 1 comma element 2 comma so on up to element n equal to expression 1 comma expression 2 comma so on up to expression n. It should be like this. Assume here before assigning expression 1 to E1, all the expression on the right hand side of the equal should be evaluated first. After that, value after evaluating expression 1 that will be assigned to E1. Similarly, after evaluating expression 2, value available and after evaluation of the expression 2 that will be assigned to E2. Same thing happen. So here we are creating one tuple but without name. We are creating one tuple without name. Here so tuple assignment allows tuple variable on the left side, assigned with values on the right side. If the expression is on right hand side, they must be evaluated before assignment. Okay, so tuple assignment allows tuple variable on the left hand side assigned with values on the right hand side. If expression is on right hand side, they must be evaluated before assignment. Now we will see one program, then you can easily understand. So we are having one form here, 10, 30, 20, that's all. Very simple. Okay, in this 10 will be assigned to A, 30 will be assigned to B, 20 will be assigned to C. A equal to 10, B equal to 30, C equal to again 20. Similarly, we can go for A, B, C, D. We can print A, B, C. See it here, 10, 20, 30. A contains 10, B contains 20, C contains 30. What will happen if expressions are there? A, B, C, D. You can have one expression here. 2 double star 2, 5 divided by 3 plus 4, 15 modulus 2, 30 greater than 40. Assume we are already in a very well, very beginning itself I studied. If expression is involved, we should use BODMAS rule. That is BODMAS. If more than one operator is available in one expression, we have to use BODMAS rule. Bracket, order means exponential, then division, afterwards multiplication, addition, subtraction. Here we are having only one operator, that is exponential. Then 2 to the power of 2, that is 4 will be assigned with 2 to the power of 2. 4 will be assigned with A. Then here we are having two operator. One is slash, another one is plus. Out of these two, which one should be executed first? In this case, we have to apply BODMAS rule. Here division is there, plus addition is there. Division comes first, that way division comes before addition. So division should be carried over first. 5 divided by 3. This single slash stands for float division. Float division. Then it gives 5.33. 5.33. Afterwards, 4 should be added to 1.33. 5 divided by 3. 3 ones are 3. Then it gives 1. 1 plus, it gives 1 plus 1 dot. B equal to 1 dot. Then 2 will be there. After dot 20. 20 divided by 3. Then 6 3s are 18. It gives 6. Like this will go. Then afterwards 4 should be added. So it gives 1.6 plus 4. That means 5.6. So B will be assigned with 5.6. So once I like to inform you, if one expression contains more than one operator, we got to apply BODMAS rule. Bracket first should be executed, order or exponential or power, then division, then multiplication, after that addition, after that subtraction. Here division is there, addition is there. So division comes before addition. So this division should be executed first. 5 divided by 3. Since slash is a floor division, it gives 1.66. 1.66 plus 4. So 1.66 plus 4 gives 5.66. Then C will be assigned with. Here we are having only one operator, no need to apply BODMAS rule. So 15 modulus 2. 7 2s are 14. Remainder will be 1. That 1 will be assigned to C. Here D is there. 30 greater than 40. It is false. In this case, false will be assigned to D. So false also a one value. Now we will see print A, B, C, D. We will save the program and then run the program. Here C 10, 30, 10. In this case, A is assigned with 4. B is assigned with 5.66. Okay. C is assigned with number 1. D is assigned with false. Okay. That is a usage of tuple assignment. So tuple assignment allows values available in the left hand side assigned with variables or variables available on the left hand side is assigned with values available on the right hand side. If expressions are right hand side, these expressions should be evaluated before assignment. That is the usage of tuple assignment. Then we study nested loops. Already we studied about nested tuple. From the name itself we can understand nested tuple. A tuple can be defined inside another tuple. A tuple can be defined inside another tuple. Then each tuple can be considered as each inside tuple, inner tuple. Each inner tuple can be considered as elements of outer tuple. Okay, nested tuple. A tuple can be defined inside another tuple. Then each inner tuples can be considered as elements of outer tuple. Here we are having elements. Instead of E1, we can have one more tuple. So that is why it is called as a nested tuple. Now I will write one program to explain nested tuple clearly. I want to store student name as well as grade and then total marks. We are having some of the students. I like to store some of the students' name, their grade as well as total marks using tuple. We will see here. We can have one name toppers equal to one tuple. Again, one more tuple. Here I like to type Selvam and then 10th A grade, comma. Use marks. We can go. This is 98.7. Open. So this is a one tuple. Topper is a one tuple that contains some elements, but each element may be another tuple. Similarly, we can have here Guru. We can have 10B, comma 99.7. Again, we can have one more tuple. Sarika, studying 10th standard C section, comma 100. That's all. So topper is a tuple that contains three tuples. Each inner tuple contains three elements. That is the concept nested tuple. Now, how we can access these values? That's also very simple. For I in toppers, print toppers. That's all very simple. In this case, first I will be assigned with toppers of 0. Here toppers of 0 is first tuple, Selvam 10A 98.7. These three will be assigned to I. So is I is a one tuple that is assigned with Selvam 10A 98.7. This will, sorry, it should be as it is. Okay. So after displaying I, again it will be I will be assigned with Guru 10B 99.7. After that, I will be assigned with Sarika 10C 100. We'll save the program. I can run the program. See it here, Selvam 10A 98.7. Here topper is a one tuple that is assigned with three elements. Each element is considered as a tuples. So in this case, I in topper. First, I will be assigned with tuple which has values Selvam 10A 98.7. So values available in I is Selvam 10A 98.7 that will be displayed. Then I will be assigned with another tuple that is Guru 10B 99.7 that will be displayed. Then I will be assigned with third tuple that contains Sarika 10C 100 that will be displayed here. So this is the usage of nested tuple. I stopped here itself. Today we studied tuple. Tuple is a collection of elements enclosed within parentheses. Tuples is mutable. Individual elements cannot be modified or deleted. But elements can be accessed by positive integer as well as negative integer. There are so many format syntax to create a one tuple. Empty tuple, element with parenthesis, element without parenthesis. If you want to create one tuple with sequence, tuple function you have to use. Tuple with single element is called as a singleton tuple. But if you want to give you a single element, comma is must. Otherwise considered as a single variable, not tuple. Okay. So how we can update and delete? So modify one item and deleting one item is not possible, but reassign whole tuple is possible. Joining more than one tuple, that also possible. Tuple assignment. It allows tuple variables on the left-hand side assigned with values on the right-hand side. If right-hand side expressions are available, these expressions should be evaluated first before assignment. Nested tuples. A tuples can be defined inside another tuple. Then each inner tuple can be considered as an element of outer tuple. Today I stopped here itself. I hope all of you enjoyed this lesson. We will study a little bit more in the coming lessons. Until then, thank you students. Bye bye.